All right, Tangle class. Last but not least, oh my goodness, this is it's kind of sad, but it's kind of fun too. This is Boomerang, and it's literally Boomerangs. So, if you want to make you a card, I picked up that marker and then I turned around and did it in pencil. The step number 1 is you're going to build a grid that goes across your paper, and I'm going to show you like step 2 here, step 3 here, step 4, like that. So we're just going to kind of take it all the way across. You know what? That's going to be too small for y'all to see all this detail. And I didn't even have to do that. I could have just made that. Huh. There's some orange pencil on the paper. Oh well. This is our little personal cards anyway. And then you're going to divide that into 4 sections. So if I do this one in the middle, you can actually do this with a ruler. I even have one right here. But Tangle is really all about doodling, and most people don't have rulers in their, when they're sitting there doodling and stuff. So it's just about kind of getting your mind off of certain things and getting your creative mind flowing a little bit. So this is a little bit off, so that's probably going to throw me, that. So I'm going to fix it and then erase the other one, because if you erase it first, you almost always go back and put it on there. These squares are not perfect. They're not meant to be perfect. But number 1 is to make the grid, okay? So I'm just going to do this so that you know what number 1 is. And number 2 is we're going to just do an arc like that. And what you're going to do is go from square 1 to square 2, making the arc right in here. So coming from this, you're going to come down. So you're going to want to do that in the other squares as well by doing step number 3, which is the under curve. So then all you're doing is making a circle kind of with the 4 blocks. So this would be step 1, 2, and 3. It's pretty easy. Just keep going in your boxes. I'm going to arc that a little bit more, because it definitely needs to look kind of somewhat roundish. Okay, so 1 is the grid, 2 is the up curve, 3 is the bottom curve. So if you want to put a 2 there and a 3 there, that can help you. And we're going to do number 4 in this one. And why I keep going flat instead of curved, I don't know. What we're going to do in number 4 is do a double arc. It looks like a thumbnail on the top and the bottom. So this is what it's going to look like when you're finished. And you want to kind of make them the same distance from the top, the same distance from the bottom. And then you're just going to come over into that corner. And now you can kind of tell from its name, or how it got its name. It looks like a boomerang on the top and a boomerang on the bottom. I don't know if any of y'all have been to Hawaii. They have these, actually, I guess you don't have to go to Hawaii, but you could go to pretty much anywhere there's a beach. And they have these shark mouths that are, you know, like the skull, just the mouth with all the teeth and stuff like that. And they always have it open like this. So step number 4 is to make the double line. You could write that in if you need to, double line on there. And then step number 5 is to make a second set of boomerangs, but one looks like it's in front of the other. So come down about the same distance. Whoops. Like this. And you're going to see that this is where the other boomerang is going to go. So right here in this, where this line, I don't know if you can even see that. So this line is going to go. You're going to curve up and then stop and then pick up on the other side and create another boomerang behind this one. So number 5 is, we're just going to put behind. How's that? Behind boomerang. So if you want to put your little notes, it would look something like that. So you have the boomerang and you have the one that goes behind it. And then you're going to do the same thing for this one. Stop, come to the point, come to the point, come up to the middle. You want these to all look like they're about the same thickness. The top and bottom might be a little bit thicker, but that's, you know, it is a doodle, guys. I mean, you can tell from my picture that all my lines are kind of slanted because I keep slanting my paper like this. So this is the completed boomerang Tangle. You do not have to ink the grid. The very first thing I think looks best done in pencil so that step number 1 can be erased. And then you're just going to pin in, missed that line. Probably help if I had my glasses on. There we go. Tried to go up a little farther to hit it, but well, completely missed that one as well. So I'm just gonna connect those. So you're not going to see any of those lines anyway at the end because we're going to erase the grid away. And so you have this really cool boomerang, kind of a graphic, you know, it's fun kind of design thing to do. Now, this was my original card, and I did the bottom boomerang black, and then I did gray in between. You could also do gray boomerang and black in between. When I first did it, I did it with the I just did it with pen. I didn't even do it with pencil, but I know you guys like to start off with pencil. So you can come in and do the background behind the gray boomerang, or you can pick colors, or you could shade. And one of the fun things to do with the shading is to make it look kind of like it goes back in space. And you can, so it's lighter here in the middle, and then it gets darker as you get to the outer edges. I'll show you on this one. Oh, it's close enough. It's easier to shade with a regular pencil than a mechanical pencil. And you can always blend well with your Tertullian. So it's just getting softer and softer as you get towards the middle. And my paper is gray. Y'all know those cards that were donated to class. It's not like I gotta use them up. Who doesn't like free supplies? Especially art supplies, right? Because they are, can get kind of pricey. So you can see how it goes from dark to light, and then you could have a black and a white one, or whatever you wanted to do there. So it can go dark on the outer edges and then gets lighter as it comes to the middle. Dark here and gets lighter. You can always use your Tertullian and blend that in just, perfectly smooth and stuff like that. So I remember last week when I had knocked my coffee off all over all my different ones. Well, I went ahead and drew another one just for you guys, even though I didn't complete 100% of it in any way. But you can do a dark, a light, and a medium as your pencil. You can start in with your pencil and on the object itself go from dark to light. So it's darker in the corners and it gets lighter as it gets towards the center. And then when you blend that with your Tertullian, it's going to be a lot smoother for you and stuff. So I'm not even sure if I have I do. I have a blending stump. And so you can come in and blend that nice and smooth. And it gets lighter and lighter as it comes towards the center, right? So you can shade the background like this one. And or you can do the inking like I was showing you, just the black, white, and gray. This is all ink. Here the gray is actually pencil, but it's you could do it with a gray marker, gray Sharpie or Crayola marker. It doesn't matter, just any kind of marker. Or you could do it all in colors. And this one I outlined with my silver pen, so it has like another element to it. You could come back in and highlight these so it looks like there is like a shine to it or something. Oh, I probably shouldn't do it at the bottom. Let's do it at the top. Oh my goodness. Tell me my pen's running out. Well, of course it is. Oh well. Look at all of that ink all the way up to there. How is it possibly out? I think it's just the end of it has been used so many times that it doesn't roll like a little ball should roll. Oh well. You could use, if you don't have a jelly roll or another kind of pen, you can do the highlight with a little bit of acrylic paint or whatever you wanted to do. So you can do these very graphic, black and white and gray. You can do them in muted colors and bright colors, however you want to do that. Guys, this is your project, and I can't wait to see what you guys are doing with your tangles. I noticed quite a few people have looked at the tangles online even more than are in class. So that's kind of fun to think some of the other kids at school are getting to do some tangles with you. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with Boomerang. So if you need to look it up, you know, it's Boomerang on Pinterest or tanglepatterns.com, and I just can't wait to see how you design your entire coloring page. Remember, we're working on coloring pages, and you should have 8 of them, 8 different tangles that you're going to create an entire coloring page for. So I can't wait to see them, guys. Thanks a lot.